Content warning. This is a horror game and not intended for all audience. Please visit our website if you need a specific list of content warnings. This also contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions causes motion sickness in players. If either of these effects cause health issues, you can disable them in game's preferences.
The area of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Greetings and salutations everyone, this is Slay the Princess, we're back here again.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't want to do this right, but I do want to check out the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
So, apparently, hi Mechamac, this is Slay the Princess. Apparently, there is something. Well, okay. I don't know whether it's an achievement or not, but there is a thing that I've been looking for, and apparently I have to go in unarmed.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried to go without the knife and then talk to the end. I've always taken the knife with me, which would be why I've been struggling to get this
staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Actually, wait, I have done that, but I would always run for the stairs, and that's no longer an option.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Move!
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
If you try to run for the stairs, then I believe that only princess stops
She's
you.
right there. We have to wait for an opening.
Oh, no. Voice of the
That's
Hunted
fair.
will
She'll kill us
do
if we
that.
try and run past her.
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not.
Why do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Survive.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Okay, fine. Why do you want to eat me?
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say. Yes, now's our chance. Quick. Right, I agree. We can't do anything without a weapon. We can regroup once we're armed and try to figure out a better plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. You sprint for the stairs, but as soon as you take your first step...
This path is already worn by travel, and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Okay then, I need to do this right, so I almost feel like I need to jump back a few autosaves. I don't think I can jump back that far, but... survive.
You spring to a new patch of jungle, nearly moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Why do you want to eat me? What if I helped you get out of here? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Stay alive.
You're in or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid. It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. Ow.
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
Stop hiding!
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes you... We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive.
Again?
Once again, you know we avoid the full force of the impact. This isn't working. We have to don't plan ahead. We're trying, but we have to.
You're getting slow.
She seizes the opportunity. Too tired to... We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's your best to dive out of the way and... Partially? Yes. The princess is just as... It's death either way. You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines.
That's a
trailing
lot
all
of
the way up
bread.
and disappearing behind her blood-stained... The princess... Bloody saliva dripping from her...
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to...
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where it is that I've heard all about all this. Dodge until you can dodge no longer. Okay, that's where she eats you. You can't keep this up forever. Dodge until you can dodge no longer. I must have already had this one and didn't realize it. Freeze in front of a creature in your first meeting. Okay, since we're in the location... Oh. The den.
You're on a path in the That didn't work.
Well, I guess all I have to do is make sure I don't overwrite this save when it comes to it, but this is probably a time to reset the whole thing. So yeah, new game. There's something I want to try, although it might get a bit
You're on a path
miserable. Better to do it now than
And at the
for
end
a
of that
final
path
run.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, okay. I just looked over at the thing that I was looking at for that achievement, and, So, recently I was wondering, with this... She has the chain on her arm. The thing that you have to do to get to this specific version of the cutscene, you have to come down there. You enter the basement without the knife. Do not tell her that you're there to save her. When the narrator throws the knife, attempt to slay the princess, but give up. So very similar to the witch. Also, maybe I pointed out this before, maybe not, but actually these come in pairs. Specifically pairs that connect to one of the focused routes. So Adversary and Tower are together, they have Fury. Spectre and Nightmare are together, they have Wraith. Razor is Razor, she's all on her own. Beast and Witch are together, they have Wild. Stranger and Prisoner are together, but Stranger is on her own. It's Prisoner and Damsel that are together. And they have this fusion route that I haven't had because I haven't had the nerve to kill the princess on her own. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Hang on, there's one thing about memories that just struck me about Tower. Resist through force of will. I was wondering if maybe not telling her did anything, but I don't know. There's clearly something here, I just haven't... But since it can actually change based on what you did in Chapter 1, it's going to be very difficult to experiment and figure out what it is.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
you step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if so, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over?
Of course it is, she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world...
So
saved
yeah,
from
this
certain
is one of two things here.
a world
One is
saved
that
from
I can
certain
get the
doom
quote-unquote
isn't
good
what you
ending
find.
now
What?
because Omni Princess can't
Everyone
intervene.
is fine.
Oh, okay.
So glad you're... This is what's best for everyone. Psst.
I like it here.
Really? More, please. The little voice... Eventually you pass into a...
You did it, you save everyone. Wow, they really just let you do that, don't they? And there's an achievement and everything. Eternal bliss. Yay, you did it. But we have autosaves, so... Do you have any idea how to get us out of there here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. I can hear everything. He's right. Do you hear that? Do you not? Don't you?
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess.
You better be right about this. I'll be upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough sign? Whatever. For the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Chapter 2, The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Turn around and leave.
Oh. Do you think there's something else out there? Alright. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Quietly walk down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. Oh, how quaint. He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home.
Interesting response from the cold. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, the sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feel as probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration! This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Embrace the thoughts constricting you. You have a story you need to finish. It is the only way for us to escape this place. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. And that is the hint towards what this new ending will be. We're going to waste the thread.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't...
I do know that new routes are hidden in the Spectre and Damsel or Cage. But we're going to see what this brings us. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save
It's weird actually
princesses, not slave
because the Omni Princess makes it sound like she's the only one, like she's the one actively preventing us from doing the same thing over and over again, and yet she kinda isn't.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
Because
bare.
apparently that
The
shows
air is
that she's
stale
going
and
to
musty.
that
The floor
she
and walls
can't
are
actually
painted in a
rewind us to
fine
places
layer
we
of
have already
dust.
gone for some
The only
reason.
furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Enter.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
I think I'm still here to kill you.
Oh, are you now?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
It wasn't a joke. Yeah, steal your nerves and
You
step forward.
Your
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop...
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade.
Stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Squint at the princess even harder.
Squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Slay the princess.
Charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Anyway, next time, I feel like these chapters are going to burn through pretty quickly, so we'll find out what lies at the end of the path when you choose none. Until then, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.